my Instagram line, Coach Venus. It's hot out here. So I'm very excited for today's workout. We have Hannah Bronfman who's going to join us. And I'm pinning what you need to know about this workout. So you guys, you can go ahead and go to my link in bio so that way you can know when our workouts are and what time that those workouts happen. And next week we're going to have some time changes. So make sure, that you stay tuned to the new times and what those changes will look like. So we'll post those as soon as we have everything confirmed. So we're almost there. So I'm so excited for today's workout. Today I am also getting worked out, so I can't wait for my training session. I'm really excited about it. And guys, remember, you can go to 11byvenus.com and use the code CoachVenus for 20% off and that is our code while we're in isolation and quarantine. Parts of the countries are open up, like where I am here, but others are not, and gyms are not open yet. So I'm going to be with you as long as there is a need for us to work out, and then even after. I like connecting with everyone. So you guys go ahead, and I hope you're enjoying the warm weather. And I'll just say hi to everyone just a couple of hellos before we go live with Hannah. And just say, oh, hi, Jane, Jonah. How are you guys? School right now? Practice? I saw those sit-up drills yesterday. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Nice to see you. Mike Rose, Patricia, Lattice. How are you? Thank you guys for coming. I hope you enjoy this workout. And then we're going to go ahead and have Hannah. I'm excited. I gotta find me a place in the shade. If I don't do that, oh my God. Hi, how are
Hey.
you? I'm very well. I'm trying to run away from the sun.
I know it's a gloomy day here in New York. It's like raining and cold and windy.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for
Thank you
joining
so
this
much for
workout.
having me.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Me too. I just got all of your amazing merch from 11. I got some sunscreen. I got a new resistance band. I'm so excited.
Thank you. You have to try the sunscreen and the sun serum. It goes under your makeup. It works wonders. So,
I can't wait. I'm just waiting for a sunny day.
oh, we'll get there. It's been
Yeah,
a weird year. That's all I can say.
totally. I know I is 2020 canceled? I mean, I don't know. It's like it's a whole thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and I've been saying there's different ways to win because we've had like a lot of things taken away from us. So
Yeah.
one way we can win is definitely by controlling our activity level, controlling our health and wellness. It's the one thing we can win at. So thank you for joining us to help us with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I've been talking a lot about how mental health is really a way that we can shift our perspective during this time to not feel so overwhelmed by, all of the intense news that we're hearing about, like, whether it's the race riots that are happening all over or the pandemic or, there's just so much that we're inundated with. And so, how to kind of shift our focus and feel grateful that we are at
Hmm.
least safe at home, and the gratitude for the people who are obviously risking their lives that we can be safe at home, and how we can be taking care of our bodies at home and cooking for ourselves and moving and training. And there's a lot that I think we forgot that is in our control.
Hmm.
So it's nice to have this time to kind of reconnect with ourselves.
I completely agree. And I think also whether it's slowing down or whether it's, like you said, reconnecting, it's just a good time to take advantage of this time.
Yeah.
So I've actually just been having a lot of fun, honestly, learning. I've been doing these great workouts and I'm learning so much of what I can add to my own workouts.
Yeah.
And then the most interesting part is when I get exposed because I feel like, I'm supposed to be like the woman here. And then when I'm like doing the exercise and it burns and I'm trying not to show it.
Yeah. Totally. Totally. I know. I felt so sore yesterday. And I've noticed that I hadn't really been feeling sore because I'm not pushing myself in a way that I normally would push myself.
Hmm.
And the other day I like really like went in and I just remembered like when I woke up feeling sore, I was like, oh, it feels so good to feel sore. Like I forgot what that felt like.
Yeah.
Because I have been like more gentle with myself during this time.
Mhm.
Um, but I think I also, I think we can also get so much emotion out when exercising that I kind of forgot about that part of the exercise and how it really can be this emotional release. Um, but it's hard. I normally do that when I'm like boxing and like, it's not like I have like a heavy bag or anything here. Um,
Yeah.
but you can certainly shadow box. I think, we just kind of get into our groove, but I have been excited to learn so much too. Like I've been seeing so much on the internet and like seeing what everyone's doing. It's like it's definitely an inspiring time.
Agreed. Agreed. Inspiring times and times that you don't think you're going to find inspiration. And someone asked a question yesterday, where do I get my inspiration? I said, you also have to inspire yourself.
Mhm.
So the things you're doing should inspire you to do more. Um, there's all kinds of different ways. A lot of inspiration can come from yourself.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking for today's workout?
So, okay, so I am a Pilates lover. So I was just gonna take us through a little bit of like a side leg situation for those like long, lean legs. And then
Ooh.
honestly, I thought we could just like stretch and chat and kind of talk about recovery because I feel like,
Mm,
we talk so much about training and I've been seeing everything you're doing. I loved that session that you did with Kira Stokes. I thought that was
yeah.
cool. I love Kira. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a side leg thing and then go into some stretching and chat about recovery because I feel like, I want to hear, obviously you're a pro athlete. I'd love to hear about some of your methods of recovery
Hmm.
and whatnot. And like I said, I'm mad sore. My hamstrings are killing me today. So getting that stretch in would feel
Yeah.
good.
I like that too. And also there is this message of you have to adjust the workout depending on how you feel. And I'm so glad you said that because I reached kind of burnout yesterday. My body is saying like after weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of straight training of since quarantine, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like gassing. So there is that moment where you have to like breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd love to do all that and discuss all that. But first, tell me about your book. Congratulations. It's so
Oh, thank
exciting.
you so much. Cool. Yeah. So I came out with a book called Do What Feels Good.
Hmm.
And all about recipes, routines to treat your body right. And it's really, there's recipes in it, like actual cooking recipes, plus DIY beauty recipes that you can do face masks at home with what's in your pantry. But then I also talk a lot about how to look inwards and really listen to your body. I think, we've been sold so much marketing over the years about wellness being about boutique fitness classes or Lululemon leggings. And really, it's the simplest things that are in our own control are really the way that we're going to get back to listening and feeling our body. Whether those are breathing exercises, drinking more water, paying attention to what we're eating and how that makes us feel and what we're doing for our gut
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
and it's also like how to get rid of toxic energy and relationships that don't serve you.
Yeah.
um, I kind of went through my 20s on like a very exploratory road of self-discovery, and I got to meet a lot of people and a lot of experts in the health and wellness world. And so I really just felt like it was time for me to put all of that knowledge, pen to
To
paper.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to learn and improve and grow in
Yeah.
life. You aren't supposed to stay stagnant. Your mistakes, you make them, but you're supposed to learn from them. So I love that.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. So if you guys have a chance to check it out, check it out. It's on Amazon. It's wherever books are sold.
Hmm.
And it's a good little, lighthearted, soul searching read.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start and let's chat more about the book too, because I want to hear more about the recipes and how you came up with it. Because my favorite thing is using things you already have at
Yeah.
home. And I love doing that to make drinks too. Like, what do I have and how will I make something?
Yeah. I mean, smoothies are like my go-to packed full of nutrition situation. And I think a lot of people, when they think of smoothies, they just think of like fruit. And I feel like there's so many other things that you can put in smoothies that are so good for your gut, like avocado and ginger and spinach. And I think people just kind of forget those fundamental things. So there's like a lot of stuff like that. There's a bunch of recipes on what you can do with like the leftovers in your fridge. Like if you have a bunch of veggies and some eggs, you can make a good frittata. You can make little, like, I love those little egg cups. I've got, and it's not me, the way I eat, I like to eat everything in moderation. I'm not paleo or, I'm not vegan. Like, I like to have a variety of foods.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to be mindful of what I'm eating. I don't like to like stand up and eat. I like to sit down, smell my food and chew it properly. So it's just like things like that, just reminding us of how we can kind of get more in tune.
Agreed.
Okay, so I'm gonna like take you through one of my favorite little, it's kind of like a side leg meets the booty situation. So we're gonna lay down on our side, and I'm not sure if you can fully see me,
Yeah, I
but
can see you. And I'm
okay,
going to turn these comments off so everyone can see you.
okay.
Comments. Okay.
So we're gonna start on our side, and you could do this. It looks like it's dark where I am, but I don't know how to make it lighter. I don't know if that helps, but you can do this with leg weights, or you could do it without leg weights. And it's just one of my favorite little quick booty burners. So our legs should be long and parallel to our torso in the straight line. And we're gonna take that top leg, whatever side you're on,
Uh-huh.
and we're gonna, first of all, we're just gonna bend it in towards our knee, and then bend it out, and then you're gonna pulse it up. So we're gonna do that in an increment. So we just did one, then we're gonna come in, come out, and do 2 pulses. And then we're gonna come in and come out and do 3 pulses. And we're gonna work our way up to 10, and then come back down.
Okay.
Okay?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. We're gonna come in, out. That's 1. In, out. This is 2. You can go at your own pace. This is 3. Just no cheating. And you can really feel your core here trying to stabilize. And your foot should be flexed so you feel your booty too. I'm on 5. Now I'm on 6.
I need this too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people are like, oh, you're on your side. Like, you look like you're just like chilling out. But this is a lot harder than it looks. And I really try to press through my heel. And now I'm on 8 now.
Well, for me as an athlete, these muscles are extremely important. And if they aren't activated and firing, because it's one thing to have to work them, but exercises like this are actually functional.
Absolutely. Do you do more so I'm at 10 right now. So I'm going to do 10, and then I'm going to work my way back down to 9 and to 8. Do you do more of like HIIT workouts? Like, obviously you must train for tennis specifically, but then what do you do outside of like training specifically for tennis?
Well, for training specifically for tennis, are you supporting your head or are you just holding your head up?
I have my hand on my head, but you could also have your head down.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so my life is one great big workout. So I am training now on the court, and then I'm off of the court for at least another couple hours of doing cardio, I don't do a lot of running anymore, so I do sprints still, but not like long distance running or anything.
Yeah.
And then I spend a ton of time in the gym, and I'm transitioning my training now to do heavier weights now because I would like to add more muscle. So usually I do less weight and more repetitions. So I'm transitioning now to more weight, less repetitions. So I
Got it.
find it interesting, like learning about that, and as I change my goals.
That's so interesting. Yeah. So, have you found that you have seen results more quickly, or what's the difference that you're seeing? What now that you've shifted to heavier weights versus like heavier weights and less repetition?
What I've seen is that, well, I am getting stronger, but I'm also not pushing it. So I'm still keeping the repetitions a little bit high. So I'm not going for like 4 reps and like super high weight because I'm also trying to prevent any kind of injuries.
Right.
So it's interesting to see how far I can go. And I love that. And I love that feeling of being able to add more weight to the stack.
Yeah. Girl, is your booty on fire? Because mine is.
Yeah, I'm dead. I don't know if
Yeah,
I can lift it anymore.
I know. Okay, good. We're gonna go to the other side. I was doing heavyweight training a couple of years ago, and I was really surprised at how I felt like not only was I stronger, I was super lean, but like I had amassed more muscle, but it almost leaned me out more than doing like low weights, high repetition.
hmm
I because you just it seems counterintuitive a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it does. But I love different kinds of training,
Yeah,
and also I've learned also that these kinds of endurance things that I don't normally do, even though I'm very strong, these are the ones that bring me to my knees.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm hoping to conquer this kind of endurance while I am off of tour.
Right. Do you know when tour starts again?
You know what? I just missed the conference call for the players. It was at 11. Forgot about it till you said that. So I'll have to get the update.
Okay.
But I need to put those on my calendar and just can't rely on remembering it.
Yeah, I'm
But
surprised
no,
you.
I don't know. So far, not before August.
Right.
But I'm taking advantage of it because as a tennis player, you are on tour for 10 months of the year. And I insist on taking, 4 to 6 weeks off, but then you have to train for a month
Wow.
before you have to get back on tour. So there isn't any time off. So hopefully for a lot of players, it's giving time off to be a human being.
Yeah. I feel like that's. I mean, it really is your life.
I agree. What number are you on? I got to 10 fast.
I got to 10 pretty quickly on this side too. I'm going.
Okay.
Um. Okay, so you're really weight training right now. That's cool. So you still do sprints? Do you do sprints on a treadmill, or you do them outside?
Well, I hurt my knee earlier this year, kind of coming back too soon. And then that's kind of when I had to pull the trigger of not doing any more distance running. But nowadays I'm doing my sprints in the sand, some sprints uphill too. Florida's so flat, it's hard to find a hill.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying that. Now I'm starting to do some work on my first step. And it's great to, I think this week I stepped out on the court and suddenly I was faster.
Oh
Coach
wow.
was much happier.
I
And
can't.
it's wonderful to see the results. So
Yeah. I cannot imagine doing sprints in the sand. I could hardly walk in the sand.
yeah, it's very interesting the specific trainings and how even if you're a very strong person, how it can take you out of your comfort zone. I was once in Quebec and I feel like I'm doing like 8 every time and I'm like gassing. I do think I reached one. And I tried curling and I had just played a match the day, maybe the day before, and it was a straightforward match. And the next day, I couldn't figure out why I was so sore. I was so sore, and it was from curling, from
Wow.
that brush doing this like this so
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah, yeah.
Your arms get sore, and when you get really low on that curl, my inner thighs were like. So you would think, okay, curling looks easy, doesn't require a lot of fitness or strength, but I was extremely sore because of doing those movements over and over. So I'm always fascinated by the different athletes.
That's so funny. Yeah, curling's a very Canadian sport.
Very Canadian.
Let's stretch our glutes out just because we just worked them with like a easy figure four
Hmm.
stretch. So I like to put a little bit of weight on this leg and push it back a little bit, and then rotate a little bit here, just until you feel it, whatever feels good for you, you know?
Yes.
I feel like, how often do you incorporate stretching into your routines?
So need to I need to stretch 3 times a day. I need to stretch before I practice. I need to stretch after I practice, and after I practice, I go straight to the gym. So I need to also stretch after the gym. But I've been so busy during quarantine that in order to fulfill, what I need to fulfill, I've had to skip stretching. So I do my stretch after the court, and that has to, suffice. And that's only like a 10 or 15-minute stretch and not intense. So I'm looking forward to creating some time to stretch because otherwise I won't be able to perform. What about you?
I mean, I feel like I have not been pushing myself at all during this quarantine, and I feel like mostly what I'm doing is stretching. But no, in normal life, I don't stretch that often. But I would love to know some of your favorite stretches, or like what your stretch routine like looks like.
So there was a moment in time where I was stretching upwards to an hour a day and I loved it. And what's interesting is when you really push yourself in stretching, you have to couple strengthening with it because otherwise you can really tax the tendons in your muscles. So I ended up getting a pretty bad hamstring injury that I live with to this day from overstretching and not including some strengthening with the stretching.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so now I've learned that you have to also strengthen at that in range and also do some isometric holding. So I learned that, you know, in the roughest way, but I
Yeah.
do love stretching. I love that moment when you hold it for 30 seconds or more and you feel that release. You almost feel like that warmth in the muscle in your body.
Yeah.
And I do love those moments. So,
So now I'm sure you have to be pretty careful around the type of hamstring stretch that you do.
yeah, my hamstrings are not as loose as they used to be. I used to be, into a full split
Oh
on
my.
both sides, and those days are over. And I'll gladly trade a little less flexibility to like be able to play on court and play matches.
Yeah.
And so, otherwise, my favorite stretches are definitely when I'm keeping my hip flexors loose and my back loose, um, everything through the stomach loose and the chest loose. I feel very free and I feel like I can breathe.
Yeah.
So for me, those are the most important stretches, and the hips will be second. But my favorite stretches are probably inner thigh.
Yeah.
What
My,
about you?
my
What's your routine
favorite.
look like?
What's a good inner thigh stretch that you like?
My favorite one is this one. So
Oh damn.
yeah, I'm not all the way down, trust me. But I like to start here, and I can't get a good slide on this mat. It's not slippery, and then just
Woo!
kind of go down. It feels good though. I would recommend not holding this one too long because especially when you start, you can pull your inner thighs. So I think probably not more than the 20-second hold. And then I'll show you the next one that I like to do. I also do a lot of thoracic mobility for the upper back
Uh-huh.
because people don't always realize that if your upper back's not moving, It's gonna, all your movement then has to come from the lower back. Let's come out of that. It has to come from your lower back, and then that's gonna get stressed. And keeping these hip flexors open are gonna help your lower back, and opening up your pecs gonna help your upper back. So how connected everything is, keeping your hips loose and your hamstring loose is gonna help your lower back. So we're gonna kneel on this knee and then push this leg out. So you can go out to the side, you can go up to the front for different angles, and then just get down again.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah.
Serena used to do one against the wall. So you put your butt up against the wall and lay flat, and then you let your legs. She was amazing at a middle split though. That was never my.
Oh
I
yeah.
never quite got there.
I used to do that one when I was dancing a lot. I did ballet growing up, and that was like a really good one where you put your butt up against the wall and let your legs just float open.
Okay, so that's why I started stretching for like an hour a day because I wanted to improve my dance.
Oh really?
Yeah, I wanted to improve my batmas and all of this stuff. I wanted to get that range and be able to,
Look
you
at
know.
you with your bot mug. Wow.
And then I got injured and I was like, no.
Wait,
So I
that's
think
so
this
cool.
just this year I started to realize that maybe, just maybe, I'm not going to be a professional dancer. The sad reality. I love, 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 love dancing, and you'll find me dancing wherever I go. I dance on the court. I dance in the office. They think I'm crazy. I'm always dancing and singing.
Wait, I love that so much. I actually just did like a whole thing last week about for mental health, and we talked about how much dancing is so important for your like inner child to feel that silliness, to like just open up your heart, and like all of the how good dancing is for you emotionally besides like physically.
So you're a dancer. You know all the stretches more than I do.
You know what? It's been a long time though since I really like went to a ballet class or anything like that. Like I almost feel like that's something I want to reconnect with
Hmm.
coming out of this. It's like that was a really beautiful time in my life and something that I felt like taught me so much discipline while also being really just enjoying it. Um,
Hmm.
and I would love to get back into
Hmm.
the dance world.
Should we continue to flow through stretches?
Yeah.
So I love this one too because it gets this hip and it also, I'm always stretching my back. So it gets the back too when you're like reaching.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh.
love walking on the court with like that loose back because it makes me feel like I'm just loose and ready to get to the ball. I
Mhm.
see a lot of players doing more more active warm-ups, like a lot of fast feet, and I feel like I'm the only player that does some static stretching instead of active movements. But I feel like I need to like really lengthen my muscles before I get out there, and that makes me feel loose and confident. And so everyone's different. What I loved about what you said about the dance is that discipline that you learned. How do you apply that in your life?
So honestly, that discipline, and I felt like I honestly feel very lucky that I got to learn that discipline at such a young age because I really felt like it allowed me to take direction really well. It allowed me to push myself in ways that I didn't necessarily know I wanted. It instilled a sense of competitiveness in me that I really enjoyed, um, like a personal personal best type of competitiveness,
Uh-huh.
and it also like taught me a lot about nutrition. And I think in the ballet world, I know, and I talk about this in my book, there's a lot of negative body image that goes
Mm-hmm.
into the ballet world. But I think for me, as soon as I started to feel that, I kind of knew that I didn't want to go down that road of eating disorders and all those things. And that's part of why I actually left the dance world and joined like group competitive sports. And I felt like the discipline that I learned from the ballet world really helped me be a team player. I like being a part of a collective goal. I like taking direction from my coach and listening to my teammates and feeling like I was contributing and everyone was winning together.
Agreed. Do you think that the dance and ballet world will shift at some point? There's so much pressure to on aesthetics.
To be honest, I don't know if it will, because as long as we have professional ballerinas, just like we do other professional athletes, I don't know if it's going to change, because there's a specific aesthetic that's so in the dance world to get to that professional level that I feel like, you know, I think that there's some companies that have been able to represent a more like well-rounded woman in terms of the look, but I still think, whether it's Al Nally, whether it's ABT, whether it's Dance Theater of Harlem, Miami City Ballet, whatever color dancer you are, your body is still extremely thin, very muscular, and that's kind of what it is, right? It's like when you think about professional track stars, it's like very similar, like very lean muscle. It's hard to get to a point professionally if you don't have the physical endurance and body to support it.
Yeah.
But I think I would like for those images to change for young women's developmental state. Because we get exposed to the ballet thing at such a young age. So, whereas these other sports, it's kind of like, you kind of get at it at high school or middle school.
Right.
But, little girls at 3 years old are being put into ballet. So, it's a little different, and I do wish that part of the ballet world would change, but it's hard when you're trying to, create these little ballerinas.
Very difficult. Because
Yeah.
it is possible to be long, lean, and healthy. And there's long, lean, and
Absolutely.
unhealthy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wonder, I'm sure that this does happen in more professional sports, because I know for a fact that, professional athletes work with nutritionists and have their training coaches. But in the ballet world, I feel like no one's talking about the nutrition part, and everyone's kind of ignoring that elephant in the room. So, could there be better systems in place? Absolutely.
Should we do some upper thoracic moments?
Yeah.
So we can take both hands and creep around and try to place as much as you can both hands behind you. So one hand behind you and one hand near the hip. So I have my right hand behind me, the other one near the hip to get some rotation. Tell us about some of your favorite recipes in your book. We'll switch.
So some of my favorite recipes. Okay. I love breakfast foods. So I have like some really good pancake recipes, some that are, grain free, some that are dairy free. I have like protein pancakes that are made with Greek yogurt. I love to do like different types of eggs, whether they're frittatas or like little zoodle nests. And I honestly, I love animal protein. I have a bunch of different delicious like braised chicken, which is kind of like a one pot chicken dish.
Uh-huh.
Some are like Moroccan style. Some are like lemon and olive. just like a good variety of flavors. I have a really delicious mushroom bolognese, which is so good.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so because mushrooms are such a great. I'm obsessed with mushrooms, and they have that texture that can kind of feel like meat but not meat. So I have like a good variety of options for meat
Yeah.
lovers and vegan and paleo. I just try to. I love my whole thing is like I love an alternative ingredient.
I love mushrooms too. They take on whatever flavor, and also they taste amazing fried.
So
Okay,
good
we're
fried, so good roasted. Like I love them.
we're gonna cross the legs, and this is a special one that I stole from Christy Starr, my physio.
Okay.
And this really helps to get immediate thoracic movement, because if you put your hands across your chest and you go side to side, you can see how much movement you have in your thoracic. Probably not a lot. So we should be moving a lot more. Mine's constantly tight from all the rotation I'm doing.
Whoa.
So what we're going to do is put our heads behind us, and we're going to turn as far as we can, and then we're going to go down, back to center, and you're going to see that you're going to be able to go further the next time. Down. Do you feel that
Ooh.
range increasing?
Yeah.
I'm going to go again, then down, and then we'll do one more time. So that's something for like immediate range in your thoracic. We got to do the other side. Hi, Mom. My mom's out.
Hey, Mom.
How you doing? My mom says she's doing fine.
That's great.
She looks nice. She's wearing a long leopard dress with like pink roses on it. It's
Oh, that's
fire.
cute. It's so nice you're with your mom. It's actually my mom's birthday today.
Moms are special. It's the hardest job in the world, but
Yeah.
the best job in the world.
Mhm. Shout out
One
to
more.
today. Mhm.
Okay, let's check that mobility. Okay, more range.
Oh
Very
wow,
nice. Very nice.
crazy.
We should stretch your hamstrings too, because we did a little bit touch your toes, but
Yeah.
you want to do a runner stretch?
Yeah. Sure.
You heading out? No. My mom looks like she's heading out, but she just came to support me.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's a great mom. She made sure I was smart.
Ugh, I love it. I know. I had a nice long chat with my mom this morning, and
Where does she live?
she lives in New York City.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a little hectic right now, but she's happy, she's healthy, and she's getting lots of phone calls for her birthday, which she loves.
Oh, that's amazing. How many of them are you? You have older sisters or brothers, younger sisters or brothers?
So we're three kids from my mom and my dad, and then my dad has four more kids with my stepmom. So
Oh,
we're seven total. But I like to say I'm the baby of the first litter.
oh, this is so sweet. Okay, this is my bad hamstring. I can
Yeah,
hardly
this one
get
is
anything
really
out of it.
hard.
This
This
is the
one's
one that I pulled about 20 times. So
oh my god.
I would just run through the fence. I didn't care if it was hurt. I would just run as hard as I could anyway. And I finally learned not to do that, but it was after the price was paid. So
Yeah, yeah,
I always tell people, listen to your body, listen to your body.
yeah. Well, I'm so excited because this was really cool, and I'm gonna get a little workout in after we get off the live. I'm gonna use my new 11 resistance band that I'm so excited about.
Thank you so much. I'm
Looks
so
so
happy.
good. What's
Thank
your
you.
number one way of recovering?
My number one way of recovering is definitely, gosh, that's a tough one, because stretching's so important, because the more I stretch, the easier I warm right up for the next training.
Yeah,
But also, what you eat after is
yeah,
important. to fuel your body, to recover your body. A lot of people will use different things for that.
Okay, so what's your
So,
favorite post-workout nutrition?
so I usually say 200 calories immediately within 30 minutes of working out, walking off the court or whatever it is that you're doing. And that needs to be carbohydrates. And then obviously you want to follow it up with a meal with a mix of protein and carbs. So
Love.
whatever that means for you, if it's
What
protein, if it's like vegan or not or whatever, just as long as it has that combination.
what's your favorite combo?
Honestly, I love to have like a protein drink because it's easy
Yeah.
and you can mix it as thick and as strong as you want with as many calories as you want. So for me, that helps, especially when you're on the run.
What's your flavor? Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Me too.
It was
Yeah,
always chocolate.
me too.
It will always be chocolate.
Yeah, same girl, same.
So
Well,
where can people find everything, find your book, and what's next for you?
yeah, yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram at Hannah Bronfman. You can find my book. It's called Do What Feels Good, and it's sold on Amazon and other retailers like Barnes and Noble. And what's next for me is I'm actually putting out a product that I'm really excited about. It's going to be coming out in the beginning of June, so stay tuned. If you follow me, you'll be able to know all the latest and greatest of what's going on. It's going to be a CBD product. So I'm really excited about that. And it is in the recovery zone. So, Venus, I'm definitely going to send it to you. And I hope to get your feedback.
Absolutely.
And I hope you like it. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me today. This was so cool. And you're such an icon and a legend. And I've looked up to you for so long. So this is so cool
Thank
to
you.
do this. Very
Thank
surreal.
you.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for working out with me and give hugs to your family
I will.
and be well, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you. Bye bye.
it. Okay, bye.
Okay, so that was Hannah Bronfman, and then this is Mom. So she came out to support Moy, as in moi. And thank you, Anna, also for thank you, Hannah, for coming out and stretching with us. I have to say, I needed that stretch. I could stretch for a few hours today. Sometimes the end of the week is you're like getting to that finish line. You can see it, and you just got to get there. Sometimes you get there in a way that you don't realize, which is in this case through stretching. So thank you, Hannah. You're a star. Everybody, go please pick up her book. It's awesome and amazing. And today's Friday, so this is the end of our Coach Venus workout for the week. But guess what? We'll be back again on Tuesday. So we're doing 3 days. Next week, we'll be on Tuesday. We'll be on Thursday, and we'll be on Friday. And you guys, I'll be on Wednesday on Game On on CBS at 8 o'clock. So we won't have Coach Venus that day, but we will have Game On. So you can go on and watch me on Game On. You can also go to 11byvenus.com for 20% off with our code Coach Venus while we're in self quarantine and isolation. Okay, now here's one of my favorite times. Also, it's summer. Get your sunscreens. Get your sunscreens on. And I'm gonna I'm turning on commenting here so you can see where you can get those. You also go to my link in bio so you can opt in for email updates so you'll know when we're working out, who we're working out with, what that looks like. It's on. It's on a cracking. Okay, guys, thank you for wishing me happy Fridays, and I'll answer a couple of questions from you and give some shout outs to who's on. I saw Isha come on. Hi, Lynn. I see Lynn is on. Jane Jonah still on. I know you guys got your stretching on point. On point. Okay, let's answer a few questions. Let's see. Um, okay, this is a good question from Amped71. I'm guessing you're amped. Okay, so casual workout, but I feel the burn. How long should I strengthen? Stretch. Should I strengthen and stretch? How long should you stretch? How long should you strengthen? I'll touch on all of them. Yeah, casual workouts day, and Hannah really needed to stretch, and I like that. Just listening to the body, super important. Sometimes your body will say you need cake. Don't listen to that. My mom's laughing. My mom made me a cake. I love her. Yes, Isha, that cake is for me. Uh, okay, so how long should you stretch? So I would recommend stretching as long as you can. Some days that might be 5 minutes. You got to run through quick, hold each stretch for 10 seconds. But if you can add 15 minutes, you can get 30 in. It'll be amazing. I like to hold each one for about 30 seconds because then that's when you really start to get a release and you start to get more range. So if you can do that, amazing. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And of course, the working out is the same. Do what you can and do more of what you can if you can. Listen to your body. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. Here's a question. My mom asked me if I'm done. Almost, mom. Is your sunscreen good for someone that has vitiligo? Okay, so oh mom, will you pass me the sunscreens? They're right behind you. Yeah, both of them. Phew. Okay, so we have our sunscreens there. I move around when we're doing our live, so I'm trying to find a shade. Sun protection. So these are our sun care products, and this is the on the defense sunscreen. So that's your regular sunscreen, and this is our unrivaled sun serum. So this just comes out in drops. It's gorgeous. So what happens with that is that I am not an expert on vitiligo, so I'm sorry, but it does protect against the sun. So this is a SPF 35, our sun serum that comes out in drops, great to layer under makeup, and this is you can use this on face and body also, and this is a SPF 30. So those are the SPF levels that I can tell you about, but I will do some research on vitiligo because now I want to know. So please come back and I'll have at least more knowledge on vitiligo. I'm not sure if I'll have an answer for that, but just check in with your doctor. Ooh, mosquitoes. Do I miss California? Only all the time. Do you miss my California mom? My mom said yes. Well, she has to be here with me. That's the end. You heard that, Isha? She's here with me. Uh, she's dying because she knows it's true. Um, yeah, I love California. It's in my heart. But I'm a Florida girl too. Love it all. I love when my mom joins me. Mom, will you join us for Instagram Live? She's shaking her head. No, she can't say hello to, no to her favorite daughter. Okay.
You always got me in trouble with my other daughter.
She says I'm gonna get her in trouble with the other daughters. What other daughters? That's a good question. How long should you stretch before casual tennis? So go through your stretches, stretch your hamstring, your quads, your whole body. You can hold those not as long unless you feel like, oh, it's tight, I need to hold it longer. And then make sure you get your body moving. So start some running, some high knees, some butt kicks, those kind of things. Before you play, you want to get your body warm. So you want to know that you want to be sweating a little bit. You know, oh, I'm warm.
No,
Hmm?
no.
Am I off?
I thought you said that.
No.
My goodness,
Okay. Let's see. Do you plan to train or coach kids when your career is over, or even adults? No, I'm impatient. I'm an impatient person. I'm working on my patience. Mom, am I impatient?
you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
tolerate things
I'm tolerant. I'm tolerant. Yeah,
to a point.
I'm tolerant to a point. The one thing that bothers me is repetition. So if we've said something once, we should move on. Don't ask questions about it. Don't ask me the same questions. Don't those sorts of things. So that's why I can't be a coach. Because if I asked you to bend your knees, you need to bend them. And that doesn't work. As a coach, you have to be able to get to your player, and that takes patience. So no, it won't happen. But I love kids in terms of kids being a part of sports and tennis. So I'd love to be a part of helping them in the pathway to be active, be healthy, and to do things that help them to build confidence, which sports is great for that. But I don't know if that'll be full time. No. Um,
Oh, you shouldn't say nothing.
yeah, Isha, are you going to send in a question? Mom asking if you're going to
Oh
send a
no,
question. I mean, sorry, Isha, my mom asking. Sorry. Okay. Okay, this is a great one. 11 by Venus. I'm biased here. Your favorite smoothie recipe? Right now, it's probably mango because summer's here. So throwing in mango with like protein powder. Right now, I'm using the Tom Brady protein powder. I love it. And then I'm throwing in some dehydrated mango too, vanilla flavoring, dates. Right now, I have hemp milk, so I'm using hemp milk. Stir that up. You want it a little sweeter? Add some orange juice. It tastes like an orange creamsicle. It's so good. I should get ice cream.
Yeah, put some lemon in it, mango,
Uh-huh.
lemons, and oranges.
Okay. My mom says mango, lemons, and oranges. She did. That's the look on her face. Who is the smartest? You or Serena? Well, I'm gonna say that in the math, Serena's got me. Couldn't do it. Never could do it. In the languages, I got her. I can do those. But together and unite, what's that thing, Mom? Wonder Twins. Yeah, Wonder Twins create doubles Grand Slam title. What the Wonder Twins could create anything, right? Like
Turn it,
they
turn it.
could turn to anything and make it anything. So Serena and I together we create the dynamic doubles duo. But I would say that, you know, she's a very extremely smart woman. Of course, everybody. Duh. Duh. Okay, let's see if there's some questions at the top, some new questions at the top. Oh, I love these. Okay, you've just sent in like a ton of great questions. Thank you. I just picked this one. Who's more, because since we're talking about this, who's more stylish? Okay, I have a few more minutes. Who's more stylish, you or Serena? Oh, we have different styles. Serena's more like a diva bombshell, and I'm more of a eclectic, off the beat person. Like my house, I just got a couple of new things, and it's just all over the place, eclectic, but it just like works. So that's our personalities. Even on the court, she's just like a bombshell, and on the court, I'm just like, I guess, me. Off the court, though, I'm a lot noisier. Okay. I loved your questions. What's my favorite drill on court? I love serving. I just love serving. What else do I like to do? I like to work on slicing nowadays. I hit a lot of ground strokes. My least favorites would be volleys and returns. I just get bored, and I hate being bored because I go my mind goes quickly, and I enjoy
That's
that.
why you gotta work on it.
My mom says I have to work on that. Emphatically, you should see her eyes. I don't know. It gives me joy to go fast, so that's probably why I go fast. I just it makes me happy. So going slow, ooh, kill me. Don't kill me. Yeah, don't kill me. Okay. Will I ever come back to Cape Town? Yeah, Mom.
It's up to you.
She said it's up to me. My mom loves Africa, so if I could, I'd be in everywhere in Africa. Isha said, "Hi, Mom." Oh, someone says, "Okay, now let's go on to a few questions in the live feed here." How's Olympia doing? From Marcia, 1994. She's awesome. What a the best baby I ever met in my life. And I'm not biased. It's just she's very special. I was not like that at her age. Who was the calmer coach, Richard Orstein or Richard? Isha, can you weigh in on that? They're just two different people. Like my mom was the one you really had to be afraid of. My dad was, he was like a big storm, but then like there doesn't even come any rain. So he would be, but of course you had to do it, but yeah. So calmer on the court, I would say my mom, and yeah, they were equally obviously instrumental to the success of all the kids. Okay, this is a question. Prem Hotra, what is your secret to success? No, wait a minute. Sorry, what is your secret to beautiful, pure skin? I would say for my mom, exfoliate. My mom's been exfoliating ever since I can remember, and I'm more serious about my exfoliating now. And it gives you gorgeous, gorgeous skin. Now I have skin that's prone to breakouts, So one of the only things I can do is exfoliate. So there's a lot of stuff I can't use because my skin just says no. I don't want you to do it, so I can't. So exfoliating is the one thing that makes sure it will make your skin gorgeous. You just keep that up, and with sun protection, really, really, really makes your skin gorgeous because when you get so much sun, your skin looks beat up. So it can start to look beat up because the sun does beat your skin up. So, ooh, Isha. Oh, this is the question. Isha said different but both calm strangely. Yeah. Oh, hi, Val. Hi. Thank you for the love. Okay. Let's see. Now, there is a question that I think really needs to be answered, and I can tell. Where did it go? Okay. This was not the question, but I wanted to answer this one. I would love to know if we can use a 20% off more than once. So what I would say is that yes, you can use a 20% off more than once. And that's on our 11byvenus.com. We have 20% off for code Coach Venus, and this code is special while we're in quarantine. So use it, and hopefully we will not need this code anymore once the world opens up, and hopefully we are able to be with our loved ones and go back to work and do the things we love again. Isha says clean beauty. Now I'm going to take one more question here because the inquiring minds want to know what is the best magnesium to use. So there are many kinds of magnesium. For example, by Asutra, you go to Asutra Life, you can see all their amazing clean beauty products. Incredible. They have a magnesium soak. So you can just throw that magnesium in and it soaks in through the body, through the skin. You can also use drops. So you can use those. That's my favorite medium. If I'm not soaking in it, are drops. But you can also use pills. I find that those drops just work for me, and I do not leave home without magnesium. I always have it. Prevents cramps. It helps with recovery. It gives you energy. It's just a great, one of my favorite supplements. So maybe we need to do 11 magnesium, huh? That might be a point. It's just because it's just my favorite. Okay, so go ahead, guys. Go ahead, please, and check our at our sunscreen. You can, and it's in collaboration with Credo Beauty, who are the experts on clean beauty. So we're so happy to partner with them. So protect your skin, people. It's getting hot out here, and protect your skin. Take care of yourself. You guys have a great weekend. I know I will. And oh, hi, Koto. Oh, hi. Hi, Hexner 14. I love you. Okay, guys, please take care of yourself, and I'll be back with you on Tuesday. I'm gonna work out. All right. Bye-bye. Bye.